I moved schools and I moved home. In my first year of a new school, I was like bullied. I was like very lonely and very anxious. I had like a mental breakdown. Really, you're not like doing so well in class at the moment. Are you alright? And then I just like burst into tears. And then I had like a huge panic attack and I couldn't breathe. And he was panicking as well because he didn't know what to do. They helped refer me. So I was like scared out of my mind. And so I go in and they're like, oh yes, please wait in the living room. And there was this kid crying in the corner facing the wall. And I was like, oh gosh, what is going on? I just didn't feel comfortable with this therapist I was seeing who she refused to let me say the word depression. It felt almost like patronising in hindsight. My particular breed of depression, I'd say, is like a more of an existential depression. I don't see the point of doing anything. I have like very bad existential crises like to this day. And like they lead me into very big spiraling panic attacks that can last for like a month where I'm just like in a haze. When I'm like depressed, I'd go into like a comatose state, I'd say. You know, like my family used to play like alarms in my ears, they used to chuck water at me, and I would just completely ignore them, like hollow. Oh look, you have this label now. I'm like, everyone knows that label, I knew. But it wasn't a matter of thing where I'm like, oh, I'm insane and no one is going to believe me, because people could very obviously tell I was in a bad state. It was just like, oh, we have a label to that now, and it, like nothing really changed. There was no change with like my relationship with my older siblings, I don't think. My older siblings like bullied me really badly growing up. You know, me and my grandmother cry. It was like big discomfort in my family and like very like big divide. Maybe I got a bit closer with my mum as a result, just because like, you know, she like kept a closer eye on me. Pandemic hit, we went into lockdown midway through year 12. You're immediately at home now and like your way of doing work and everything's completely different. I was in like a room 5 days a week, being with these people I love and stuff. It like really uplifted my mood, even if other parts are like, you know, awful. I just know it's something that's gonna always be there. An annoying younger sibling that you've just gotta like take care of. I know it's always gonna be there and gonna be an inconvenience. The only thing that's changed for the better is my relationship with my family. Like we've been like in for the long haul together, and like, we've come out the other side. Everyone's a lot more calmer and maturer with each other. But I think that's also just a sign of growing up as well. And a lot of people will be in a bad place at some point in their life, I think. And in some cases it will be an uphill journey entirely. Probably will be moments for you when you kind of just will like sit there and be like, you know what, this life is worth living. And you know what, like hold on to those moments, because like they won't always be there. There are at least one person in your life who will care about you and what happens to you. Just hold on to those bright moments.